Y ahora les presentamos una entrevista en exclusiva que hizo DNews en el foro de Davos a Ameya Prabhu, presidente de la Cámara de Comercio de la India.
Mr. Ameya Prabhu, thank you for giving us a few minutes to talk about the India's presence in Davos. It's a strong presence.
So, firstly, yeah, of course, India is a growing economy. We are growing now. We are about $4 trillion in GDP. Our central bank governor was here. He's also projected that this year we'll grow at 7%. So that's almost $300 billion of growth this year. And if you see, India has a strong presence here across the spectrum. We have, of course, I'm the current president of the Indian Chamber of Commerce. We have the CII, another Chamber of Commerce. We have states here. We have Maharashtra, which is the largest in terms of GDP of India. We have Telangana. We have Tamil Nadu, Uttar Pradesh. So various states are represented here. We have various businesses represented here. Several Indian companies are strategic partners. We have Indians from the social sector, from not-for-profit sector. So the presence is large, and I think it can be larger going forward as well, because India is now the 5th largest economy. So in the next 7 or 8 years, will be the 3rd largest economy. And I think that given that we are growing, it's very natural that the presence will keep expanding here at Davos.
How important is it for any country to participate at the WEF?
I think that the WEF is a great platform for different people to come and meet. I think it's a platform where various people, despite their background, whoever they are, they come to this forum, discuss, meet. And the other thing is, back home, everybody is a leader. You are a business leader, you're a social leader, you're a political leader. But here you come, it's very humbling. Everybody's on the same plane. So in that way, your pride and ego kind of goes away, and you lower your guard, and you are able to discuss in a safe place and solve many global issues using that. So I think it's an important platform. Your president of Argentina was here as well. This time, the new president, President Milei. So I think it's very important, I would say, that, if you are to achieve something of global significance, to spend time at the World Economic Forum.
Talking about that, what do you think of the presence of Latin American countries in Davos?
I know we've had, of course, I mentioned earlier, the president of Argentina, Milei, was here. Of course, there's good presence from Colombia, from Ecuador, from Brazil. I'm the young global leader of the World Economic Forum. Even in that, we have quite a few people from Latin America. Essentially, yesterday was the Latin American dinner. But I think that's a region which we need to do a lot more. Even between India and Latin America, the trade is only 100 billion, out of which 10 billion is Brazil. And I think we could really do a lot more it's 50 billion, not even 100. 50 billion, of which 10 billion is Brazil. So given the fact that we are all economies of the global south, there's a lot we can do, both at the World Economic Forum and also between India and Latin America, is what we think we should do.
What do you think about Latin America for investment? It's an attractive place for investment. What are Latin Americans' advantage and disadvantage for that?
I think advantage of LATAM is resources. I think the population density is low. There are a lot of resources. There's a lot of water, which is going to become more and more important in the coming years. Latin America also has a young population, and especially the Spanish-speaking population is highly educated. So that's another advantage that Latin America has. A disadvantage sometimes of Latin America is, for a lot of people, it's far. If you're coming from many parts of the world, if you're from Chile, if you're from, say, Valparaiso, it's quite far. And that's one. And secondly, a lot of political changes. Investors like political stability. So Latin America, I feel, tends to go through very massive changes in politics. And I think that's the problem, if that's the risk, I would say. If you see 100 years ago, Argentina and US were competing to be the largest economy of the world. Argentina was one of the largest economies 100 years ago. So I think that Latin America has humongous potential. I think sometimes, Mexico is now doing very well. Colombia is now doing very well. Peru is doing well. Of course, Guyana is doing well because Guyana is growing. I think that all the ingredients are there for Latin America to grow. I think we just need a few years of I wouldn't even say political stability, it's also politically stable. We need policy stability. If we can have, investors don't like risks. They don't like surprises. So if we can have policy stability for 5 to 8 years in Latin America, I think we'll certainly see a lot of growth coming in Latin America.
What role can public investment play in that, in education, in technology?
So invest a lot in education, invest a lot in skill training and skill development. Skills are very important. Invest a lot in infrastructure, invest a lot in making your women strong, because a society, I believe, where women are in the workforce, where women are strong, are societies that thrive, even societies which don't. Look at Saudi Arabia now, right? For the longest time, the women were not allowed to work. Now they're getting their women to work, and they're some of the most brilliant women I've met are Saudi women. And today, look at Saudi Arabia; it's growing so fast. So a society which makes their women grow is a society which will thrive. So I think bring your women also. Don't be too macho. Bring your women also into the workforce more and more. And I think this is what the government should do. The rest business can handle, private sector can handle.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Qué interesante esa entrevista hecha por Lucía López, precisamente recogiendo pues algunas ideas básicas de lo que también piensan algunos países inversionistas sobre América Latina, ¿no? La importancia de la estabilidad política para poder invertir no solamente en tecnología, sino también en otros sectores. Puedes seguir con esas entrevistas también en nuestra plataforma de YouTube y también en nuestras redes sociales. Ahora